Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now we can start.
Okay. So basically, about this, the functional that we need to have in the page of users, the users page are basically these. So the user is like the one people that is logged in WordPress and have confirmed their mail, and then need to be accepted by need to be enabled from the educator. And after this, the possibility to do in the possibility to do are basically this. So they can add some people to their to their users for max two people for account on WordPress. And the point is, so they can add some people here from here, and also these. They can, for each of user, add some document in this button, so they can open these. That can be all or a drop down or basically a pop-up, and they can add a document. We have 4 documents for each line, for each record in this table.
So,
Then
so one user can create the other user.
no, let's say we have the concept of user that are like a user that they have login in WordPress, so with the WordPress login system, and then each user that is like a user, so a client, let's say, can basically add some people to their account. So when they book lesson, they don't book lesson for each selves. They book lesson to these people that are basically added manually in this way, let's say.
Okay, so basically, a user can book a lesson for the other user.
Yeah, but are not other users, are just people in this table. Are
Okay.
not user confirmed by WordPress, let's say. The user confirmed by WordPress is just the session user, and these are just people that are added to this table, to this associate table, basically in manually mode from the people that is working on this session.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, they can add user, delete user, and do other things in according to their role. And about the role, let's say when the user is created for the first time, and when I told user, I told from the WordPress user. When they first create the first associated, uh, this associated need to be confirmed by the educator page. The educator page is like another page that is accessible just for people that have the role of educator from WordPress. And this educator can, for that user, enable or disable the user, checking document and so on. So I don't know if you have understand, but the point is that we have like client and we have like the educator. The client are people that book lesson and do something on the application. Then the educator are people who the booked lesson are related to. So are just the people that do the lesson. So the educator is the people that do the lesson, and the client, the associated, are the people that schedule the lesson.
Okay, basically there is a two type of user. One is the client, and the second is the educator. The client can book a lesson, and the educator who add a lesson, and he
Exa-
is associated for the specific lesson.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's say I show you also the data model here. That is not really correct, but this is the idea. This is the user app, the user information that are users that are logging in WordPress. These user are these, and this is the normal user, the client. This is the educator. The educator are also user but with different role and different fields, different information. Both of these are user from WordPress, but this is a client, this is a educator. In this way, one client can be have some associated for max of 2 associated, and the associated just can book a lesson in according to their associated schedule of program, for example, for the months of lesson that they will do, and the time also for this. I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
I think is more simple that is more simple that the problem is to explain this. The point is that we have user of client role and associated role, and client role and educator role. The client have some associated, and the client for each of the associated can book a lesson in according to the time and the schedule that the reference structure can give to this associated, let's say.
Okay.
Is this so? This is
So basically, our user and the client who user will be the associated and can book a lesson, and the educator who that will be available for that lesson. Like he will be scheduled. He gives his schedule for his lesson, that what time he will be available. So educator is associated with the lesson in this way.
yeah, exactly. So let's say is also more simple because the structure have for example, you are the this one, so you are basically the client. I am the structure. The client, so the client have associated of them. So basically, the client create here one record with the name of another people, and so these people is basically the people who is that is in this table. So you are the the client. You add one people that is associated, and when you create this associated is automatically related with the one structure. This structure for example, this week or the next month have availability of this time. For example, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Let's say. And about this, we also can have more than one people, so more than one associated for each lesson. But okay, this is other things. So the point that this if you would like to schedule one lesson for your associated with the other name information, you need to check the availability of the reference structure, and then you can book a lesson for that one. So basically, when I click on this row, or when I click on modify and book lesson, or basically here, when I click on book for this user, automatically will be open these. And for this, we have a calendar, and we have the calendar, and for each date, have the availability times for that one with checkbox. So for example, we can have 3 times here, 3 availability times. So one lesson at 5 p.m., another one at 7, another at 6. So 5, 6, 7 p.m. And you can book, you can click on the checkbox of the time that you like to schedule. When you have clicked them, you can also save and book that lesson. And automatically will be created one record here with the information of the booked lesson. So the name, the surname, the time that you have booked a lesson, the structure name, the number of the structure, and the other information.
Okay.
Okay. Then in this page, when you like to book a lesson, you can also buy a lesson block. The lesson block is just a system to basically buy a lesson, and I have some logic here that I think is clear, but I can explain also. This is the function to to buy a lesson, and also you can open a ticket. So if you have some problem or other situation, you can open a ticket. For open a ticket, basically you have like a model like this, so a pop-up like this. You need to put um, a title, then a text, and then send. You can send the ticket, and the ticket will be automatically received in the educator page. So the educator that is related to that associated, and you can see the ticket here.
Okay.
Okay. So
And
this is the page.
yeah.
Yeah.
So user, if a user has any problem, he can create a ticket, and this ticket will goes to the educator, so he can see and put a comment.
If you can repeat some problem.
Yeah, and the lessons and will be added from the admin side. Like admin will add
Yeah.
the lesson, and he will also select the educator that who will like uh, uh, what educator is related to that lesson, and he also set the availability of educator for that lesson from the admin
Mm.
side.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the lesson can be added with these directly from the user, but
Okay.
this function is, let's say, in this page, when when I create for the first time the user here, or each time that I create a new not user new associated in this page, this associated for be able to book lesson and work with this function need to be enabled by the educator side page. And how it works? First of all, need to be all document inside. So the 4 documents that are requests need to be uploaded.
Okay.
And then after this, the educator can with this that is like a drop down can be for example, enable or disable the user. And when the user is really enabled, the status will be green here.
Okay.
And also with the same drop down, they can also add lesson, add lesson or modify lesson and other information, let's say. And when this is always able for each of user for the book button, but when they click here and then open and then would like to save and book the lesson, need to be checked if the lesson that are available are more than one, let's say are one or more than one. If are one or more than one, they can schedule a lesson. In other case, no, they can't. And when they book a lesson, basically the number of lessons will be the number minus one.
When user book a lesson,
Yeah.
uh, uh, will user need to pay something, like what payment method you want to use, or it will be bank transfer?
Mm, no, no. Let's say they can book a lesson. Basically, they can buy lesson. Basically, in not they can buy one lesson that they also can, but they usually buy 10 or 4 lesson. And when the number of lesson is more than one or equal to one, they can book. In other case, they can't.
So no payment method we will use. It will be
Uh, yeah,
okay.
they can. I don't know. You means about the payment?
Yes, I'm talking about payment.
I don't know which is the better way to do this. I have an IBAN. We can have also a PayPal account. So I don't know which is the better way to do this. Is something that I don't know. What do you think on this?
and all the features like this side we will be implementing the WordPress, because at the starting of the document it said that the front end in the React and WordPress. So I'm confused, like it's from WordPress or React.
Okay. Uh, let's say, in my opinion, is better in to build a plugin with the, let's say, WordPress, with WordPress, let's say, because doing a plugin is better to also to work with this and to implement all the feature. But I don't know, if you prefer do something in React, we can also proceed in React and change a little bit the let's say the request, and not the request but just the base logic. And I don't know, how you prefer.
We can also use the WordPress, and in WordPress we have already a plugin for the availability, like WooCommerce plugin. So we can use that, where the slots availability and this functionality is there, so we can use that.
Okay, yeah, yeah, of course. Agree with this. Perfect.
Okay, so I got an idea, and if is there anything you can let me know. Then what we do first, we create the wireframe, the HTML prototype, only the structure. Okay, then we will send you when you confirm. Then we start the development part.
Okay, okay, perfect for me. And yeah, but so in this point, how much time do you need to do this structure idea of the project?
I need to discuss with my team. Then I can let you know.
Okay, but I don't know, in the order of 1 days, 2 days, 1 week, or more.
It take at least 7 to 8 days, but I need to first discuss with my. Uh, then I can confirm you.
Okay, okay, good for me. Okay,
Okay, we can do the interior discussion, what we need, what time frame and the cost, and after that we can update you the timeline and cost both.
okay, okay, no problem. Absolutely, yes.
Yes. So,
So
is there any point remaining which you need to discuss with us?
let's say no. I'm taking your let's say your point and the request about the project and so on. So just this. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, not a problem. You can give me some time. Let me discuss with my team. Then I will get with you with cost and timeline. Okay.
Okay.